Ladies and gentlemen, get ready because the Lion King cinematic universe is heated up. No, I'm serious. Disney execs have actually previously said they're looking at Lion King as something that could be the next big epic saga on par with Star Wars. My god. So yeah, with Mufasa the Lion King now out in theaters, it seems that the next stepping stone in this great Lion King saga is yet to be told. So what is next for this franchise? Traditional animation, new villains, and a remaking of an old classic. We are covering everything that might happen next. I'm Connor from the Pride Lands, and this is 5 pictures for the future of the Lion King cinematic universe. Number 5. Don't do Lion King 1.5. Okay, so this might be somewhat controversial. As far as I can tell, the internet and animation fans have quite the affinity for the direct-to-video sequel, Lion King 1.5, released in 2004, and honestly, I get it. Some great animation quality, strong voice acting, and some very memorable music. During the press tour for Mufasa the Lion King, the movie's composer and lyricist, the wonderful Lin-Manuel Miranda, stated, "I'm holding out for a live-action remake of Lion King 1.5, and yeah, please don't do this. Just don't. Let's be real here. The biggest gripe with the Lion King reboots is the lack of expressive animation. These movies look more like Nat Geo special than something that could deliver the exaggerated, over-the-top energy a comedy like Lion King 1.5 needs, and yeah, that's a huge problem. But that's not even my biggest issue with a live-action remake, no. You want to know why I'm really against it? Let's just say Timon and Pumbaa did not deliver for me in Mufasa the Lion King. I do not like Timon and Pumbaa in this movie, like at all. I felt like they were just there to pad the runtime, and every time we returned to them I was like, come on, just keep the story moving forward. Oh, and their jokes. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I didn't even crack a smile. It really felt like they were just there to appeal to babies, and overall just there to be able to use Timon and Pumbaa in the marketing material. So yeah, a whole movie remake based on these two is a massive no-go for me. Number 4. Simba's Pride Remake. Out of the Disney direct-to-DVD sequels, am I wrong in saying that this one actually kind of slaps? Sure, it's not the 1994 Lion King, but nothing gives the 1994 Lion King. But yeah, I grew up alongside this film and I loved it as a youngster. With that said, as I've gotten older, I've definitely noticed some issues with this movie. Simba's character regression, underdeveloped character motivations, rushed pace, and oh yeah, just much weaker animation quality. But with that said, perhaps Simba's Pride is actually ripe for a CGI realistic retelling. Perhaps they could even improve the source material that has always felt like it could have done with a couple more rewrites. The reason why I wouldn't be opposed to a retelling of Simba's Pride is because I think there's a bunch of great characters in this story. Kovu, Kiara, oh, and Zira. I mean, I'd love to see the team behind Mufasa the Lion King handle her, because I have a lot of faith they wouldn't butcher her like they did to my boy Scar in the 2019 movie. Number 3. Different species for the villain. Yeah, so nothing flash about this pitch. I just think it would be pretty neat to focus on another species within the circle of life. We've done Scar, we've done Scar's ghostly vibes, we've done Scar's off-brand goth kid, but what if in the next chapter of the Lion King saga, they introduced an entirely new species? I mean, it could be nice to have a hyena in the big bad role, a powerful leader from beyond the borders that's decided they've had enough of this lion-centric system. He's a cunning and ruthless hyena warlord with a chip on his shoulder. Or how about a massive ancient croc who lurks in the murky rivers at the edge of the Pride Lands? This villain sees the lions expand in influence as a direct threat to their territory. With a horde of loyal crocs and hippos, this croc is determined to drag the Pride Lands into the waters, drop by drop. Heck, I wouldn't even be against the idea of having a bird, perhaps a vulture, who has survived by picking at the scraps of the Pride Lands for years. It's bitter and cunning, using its ability to fly and gather information to create a network of scavengers who sow discord and fear. This vulture's ultimate goal? To let the lions destroy themselves, while the vultures pick the bones clean. I don't know, I just think shifting from just lions would be pretty fun. Number 2. Kiara, the Lion Queen. Yes, I think Mufasa the Lion King really seems to end with a tease that the next chapter in the story is gonna focus on Kiara. And the fact that the filmmakers decided to alter the story by adding Kiara's younger brother here, I feel like we're gonna do an original story rather than a direct adaptation of Simba's Pride. And if that is gonna be the direction, I just basically want them to make House of the Dragons, but with lions, so House of the Lions. Kiara is Simba's firstborn, and naturally she is heir to the throne, but in the Pride Lands, tradition matters. A queen ruling the kingdom? To a lot of animals, that's breaking the circle of life itself. Now, Simba's just had a second cub, Kion, and suddenly the kingdom is buzzing with whispers. Why pass the throne to a lioness when there's a male heir? But here's the twist. Kion is loyal to Kiara. He loves his sister and wants her to rule, but not everyone in the Pride Lands sees it that way. Enter Zucker, a rogue lion who's been watching from the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to stir the pot. Zucker starts whispering into the ears of the kingdom's most traditional animals, fanning the flames of rebellion. But Zucker doesn't just stop there. He turns to Kion himself, Kiara's brother, feeding him with the idea that maybe the kingdom needs him to step up instead of Kiara. Kion is caught in the middle, torn between the love for his sister and the growing pressure for tradition. This isn't just a fight for the throne, this is a full-blown civil war brewing in the Pride Lands. Kiara is determined to prove herself as a worthy queen and has to battle with not just Zucker's schemes, but generations of prejudice against a lioness ruling. It all kind of works, right? The sibling dynamic brings that juicy House of the Dragon energy, the feminist themes make it feel fresh and modern, and the Pride Lands civil war raises the stakes in a way we've never seen before. Number 1. Make the next one animated. Like, actually animated. Like, proper animation. Like, fun animation, like it's expressive and engaging. Yeah, you know what I mean. Alright, maybe this one is a conversation just for the terminally online, but let's talk about the 2019 Lion King reboot. Do casual viewers actually care about the discourse we have about this movie? You know, basically the fact that we all don't like that it looks like a National Geographic documentary. I don't think they care. But I couldn't help shake the feeling while watching Mufasa the Lion King, especially during the musical numbers. Like, come on, imagine a song like I Always Wanted a Brother or Bye Bye in a fully animated, stylized world. Those tracks would have had so much more life and more energy and more emotional punch if the visuals matched the vibrancy of the story and the music. And look, I'm not saying we have to go full traditional 2D animation because obviously Disney are allergic to that for some reason, but we've seen modern movies nail this perfect balance between like 2D and 3D. Think TMNT Mutant Mayhem with its sketchbook vibes, or Puss in Boots The Last Wish with its fairy tale picture book aesthetic. So what if the next Lion King movie took a page from those films but added its own twist? Imagine the Pride Lands animated with inspiration from traditional African art, vivid patterns and bold colours, dynamic movement and textures that make every frame look like a living tapestry. Tell me with a straight face, even if you liked Mufasa the Lion King, that it wouldn't have been better as a proper, and you know what I mean by proper, as a proper animated movie. The expressiveness, the creativity, the sheer magic that actual animation can bring. It's missing the spark that could have elevated this franchise to new heights. Whatever happens in the next chapter of the Lion King cinematic universe, I just really hope that it takes an actual animated direction, because The Lion King deserves nothing less than that level of visual magic. Please Disney, please, make it happen. Enough live action remakes, try continuing these stories once more in animation. And that's my list. Which are my pitches for the future of the Lion King cinematic universe? Do you hope most become a reality? Do you have your own ideas for the future of this franchise? Leave a comment below and let me know. If you're new here, practice your roar on that subscribe button. I've been Connor for Slurp, and I'll see you in the next one.